Christmas and Happy New Year. It's that time again.
What time's that, Phil?
Why, Tyler, it's the Batman Long Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's special.
Oh, joy.
You feel like some music now.
Oh, there will be. They're watching my music playing right now. With, of course, you heard me and Tyler and Lilith, of course, as usual, for our, Before the Bat, World's Finest, Channel 52 crossover.
That's a crossover. That's a crossover event.
We're turning into the CW in their DC properties.
No, let's just mention Constantine 5 or 6 times, and we can rope Newcastle crew in here, Lil.
Oh man,
This
is a good one.
There's a hidden Constantine reference in here. I know it. I'll find it.
No.
Look, there it is in the
There's
background.
got to be a trench coat, a man in a silhouette with a trench coat that we can say was a Constantine appearance.
Exactly.
All right. Well, how should we do this? We'll get into, I guess, the Christmas issue first, of course.
That makes sense.
Christmas time in Gotham.
Mm.
Isn't it wonderful?
Although, I think it's good that we decided to do this as, the 2 issues as one. I mean, not only because they're a week apart, but because, it's the whole thing is like, the 2 issues are like one big story, because, you have the Joker in both, and...
That is true. It is a good way to review this.
So, let's start into Christmas. What did everyone think of Christmas?
I love Joker in both these issues, but I like him a little bit more in this one.
What, the first one? Yeah.
In the Christmas.
I like it.
Although, we almost didn't get him in the second one. Harvey Dent came close to taking the Joker down, but...
LOLs, no. If
What do you-
Batman's not going to do it, nobody's going to do it.
Well, like the Joker said, you're good, Dent, but you're no Batman.
Calendar Man. Can we just...
Julian Day.
I forgot about that until I reread this one again. Just like, oh man, we are treading in some awkward 30s, 40s situation right here.
I mean, it's funny just because, it's a holiday killer, but I'm, even reading it, I don't think I was that familiar with Calendar Man when I first read this, but I was like, it can't be Calendar Man, that's too obvious.
Oh, yeah. I just like how he's in his cell. And come on. With a name like Julian Day, that has to be... I will say that I am a little... I'll go out on a limb here. Okay, I'll speak to all my people of other holidays. I am sad that, like Calendar Man says, no Ash Wednesday, Earth Day, Flag Day, Hanukkah. I mean, could you imagine if there was a little mini-series like The Long Halloween, chapter 4.5, like the 8 Nights of Hanukkah?
Oh my god, that would have been awesome.
Like the 8 Nights of Hanukkah hell for Batman.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because I just read this before we started, and I was like, oh my god, can you imagine if this was a 20-part series or something, because if they hit every holiday, like he said, Groundhog Day, Ash Wednesday, Secretary's Day.
Oh, Mother and Father's Day for Batman, that would have been...
Hilariously bad. Calendar is or holidays why is Batman crying? Is that a reason? It would be something.
And then that's how everybody discovers he's Bruce Wayne.
That's...
Oh.
But no,
Somebody bit the bullet in this one. Who died? No, that was... Yeah. I hate when they have first appearance, last appearance. Poor Toots. Never even got a chance to be a character, really. Is that who Luke is named after, by the way? Is he named after Luca Toots Morelli?
No.
I like the character development of Harvey in this one, though. Just more of Harvey, and like you said, having the Joker in this one is nice, and just rereading this after having read it so many times, it's fun to watch some of the misdirection and the direction that it gives you. I love the look of snow in Gotham. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it actually cleans the streets.
But just the imagery, from Batman Returns to Batman Noel.
Yeah, especially at night, because a lot of the Batman stuff takes place at night, yeah.
Just that imagery of the snow falling of the panels, where Batman's got the thug outside and he's just landing on top of the car. And Batman just looks massive in this. He just looks huge.
Oh, yeah, I mean, kind of have to be. But I just love, all the, the number 2 on the nose stuff, when Harvey and Gilda are, they're checking out their house after it was rebuilt, after it was blown up, in the first one. And she's like, oh, now that we're starting over a new house, can we try to have kids again? And he goes, a second chance? I'm like, oh, there's the number 2. I'm like, you might as well have said, oh, can we have 2 kids then?
Gilda, two.
Twins.
Put on your tutu. Let's dance around.
I love the Joker and the Grinch imagery. I think that's my favorite thing about this issue.
I just love when he's in their house.
Yeah.
Like he's chilling like around the tree and Harvey's like attacks him and he's just chilling like this is
Yeah, he does look like the Grinch with the Santa hat, and they draw him with those big teeth and
the smile and just. I picture that there should have been a panel of the Joker punching Santa Claus in the face.
Oh, I just love how the Joker broke into everyone's house in this issue. He was in the Dent's house, and then he even with all the bodyguards, he gets into the Roman's penthouse and.
Well, I mean, let's look at that first panel of just him sitting there reading the paper. Looks like a bowl of cereal, and he's singing, and then you turn the page, and you see the paper in his face, and then you turn the page again, and you see he's stealing people's presents from their houses. They're tied up, and he had chopped down the door. He's just walking away, like, no big deal.
You gotta love the clown prince of crime. You really do.
The villain you love to hate.
Honestly. Of course, my favorite panel is the last one where Joker's just laid out, and the snow globe is the only thing that has a little bit of color to it. I like that choice.
I think my favorite.
Let me see here.
I think my favorite's from page 11 when Batman's just behind Maroni holding his cape, and he's like Maroni,
and he just looks massive and like a huge figure that just
dark.
And Maroni's got that look like oh.
I love their shots when he's in shadow and all you can see is the eyes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's some Batman that we need to see.
Don't you like the Calendar Man clue that they gave us? He's like, it's a man and a woman at the same time.
Well, he kept switching. What was it, pronouns? Or every time he would say he, the next time he'd say she. He was like, oh.
I'm like, is it RuPaul?
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, that's funny.
But do you want to hear the first part of Jack's email?
Yeah, bring it on.
Because he wrote it for both. But he said, hey guys, I never read this story before, but seeing you all were reviewing it gave me the motivation to do so. Hear that, DC? Love the format of the book and the way you're reviewing it. I don't feel pressured to read this doorstop of a story in one fell swoop. I did, however, read ahead and was shocked by and loved the ending, as Phil will attest to. He's like, on to my thoughts of Christmas, and then he does New Year's later, but I'll just do Christmas right now. Julian Day was more or less a new character to me. Heard the name, but never read a story with him. I gotta say, he's totally the Hannibal Lecter, or Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie, anyone, of this story arc. Consulting from afar and managed to outsmart everyone. Loved it. Which brings me to my favorite panel of the issue, if we're still doing that. Of course we are, Jack. The small headshot of Julian cryptically saying, tomorrow's the big day. She will kill again. WTF? But by the end, Bats and Gordon had to be thinking, well, I can't say that word, the S word. Dude just ran rings around us. Subtle and amazing. And he's like, every time we see the Dents at home, it reminds me of a Norman Rockwell marriage to the point that it's almost forced and not realistic. My thoughts on a justification for that would be that it makes the eventual ending all the more heartrending.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
Great insight.
Yeah, the Norman Rockwell part is just definitely, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate the feedback.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
More? We're just Oliver Twist at this point. More, please.
Yeah, I'll read the second part when we get to the next issue, because that's the rest of it. But, yeah, it's like, whatever happened to Gilda? Did they? I know in the sequel, didn't she? They were just like, she disappeared, and I don't know if they ever addressed it again.
Of course not. Everything has potholes.
Cause I don't know. I'm trying to remember if they killed his wife in New 52, but yeah, before that, I don't know if they ever.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
She probably just ran and hid so you couldn't find her.
Wait, did the Jokemobile appear in this one or the next one?
Next one.
Yeah, the next one.
That was funny.
I love this is a good scene too when like I said, he's breaking in everywhere. The Joker goes to Maroni's restaurant and Maroni pulls his gun and he's like, no clown comes into my place, and Joker pulls out the big gun and points it to his head and says, Maroni, mine's bigger.
I think if I had to pick a favorite panel like we were talking about, it goes back to in that same scene that Phil's talking about with Maroni. I just love when Batman lands on the car.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, because they're loading their buddy's body in the trunk because he got all Joker. He got killed by the Joker venom. I guess they load him in the trunk, and yet Batman just lands on the trunk.
Just staring at him. He's just staring them down.
I know he's like 2 inches from their face. Yeah.
So I'm saying I love the imagery of Gotham and snow. It's just powerful.
Well, it's that good contrast too, because you get all Batman in shadow, so he's all black, but then you get the white snow.
Snow is beautiful. But yeah, I mean, that's why I always liked Batman Returns from a visual point of view. So, but like I said, I like this issue. I wish there had been a little bit more to it with like a Christmas theme to it, like a little bit more Christmas imagery for the issue, but but that's okay. It's cool.
But like I said,
Let's face it, Gotham is a town that everybody gets a lump of coal in their stocking.
Yeah, and like I said, it's such a 2-part story. It's almost like the 2 issues are almost, like a story within the story.
That's true.
Oh, there is one panel of the Joker mobile, maybe, because they showed Joker after he leaves Falcone's, and he throws the cards at the bodyguard, and then they show one panel of him pulling away in a car, and then that's when the Holiday Killer shows up.
Yeah, I was just like, the Joker mobile, because he is the antithesis of Batman, so he has to have his own kind of car.
But I just this issue and next issue, it's so, well, I understand it, but it's just so weird that Joker's freaked out. Holiday as the Joker freaked out because he's like, I'm the chaos in this town. There can't be anyone else creating chaos in town.
I like
you gotta prove he's the crazy one, which is kind of
Joker. He's just like there's a order to the chaos, and it's that I'm the chaos.
Which is kind of funny because it would be interesting if there was a villain like the Joker that decided to kill all the other supervillains. Just because it's funny because if that's the case, wouldn't Joker want to kill like everybody, like the Riddler and?
Once again, you can't predict the Joker. He's too crazy.
That's what
he
makes
just had a wild hair up his butt that day. That's all.
Wild green.
He was on to the next thing later.
Wild green hair.
So where does this rank in issues for like the 13 issues in the series for you guys?
I don't even know because, reading it, every time I read this, I get more and more out of the individual issues. There's things I like more about it. Like for this one, I like how every issue, ends with like the Holiday Killer in black and white, but this one has that one page of Batman finding the Joker card in color, and then it's the last page of just the gun. Like it breaks that up just a little bit, and I don't know. Maybe it'd be better after we read all of them to just rank them.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, when we do our final issue, we'll just break it down because, like I said, I'm rereading it this time and not just continually reading it straight through. It allows me to think more on the individual issue.
That's what we should do when we do number 13. We should everyone come in with your list and rank your issues in order of favorites.
I like it because every time I've read this, I've always read it from the graphic novel point of view. So I've always just kind of set down one reading just straight through. So, well, let's get on to New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you know what? The last panel in Christmas. When Batman says, "Have a Merry Christmas, Joker," it'll be your last. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. We know he's not going to kill him, so why would it be his last Christmas?
Maybe it's his last Merry.
I guess.
Just saying. Just saying.
All right. Well, if anyone wants to save, stop now. If you want to save New Year's for next week for New Year.
Yeah, just pause. Come back in a week. We got you.
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, or is it New Year's Eve? Because this issue is New Year's Eve, not New Year's Day.
Yeah, I know it seems New Year's Eve, but they're doing one every month, so this would be the January issue, though.
That's what's weird. It's the January issue that takes place on December 23rd or 31st. Why am I saying 23rd? Jeez, I don't even know what I'm talking about, Phil.
Well, it strikes midnight on the next to last page, so.
Maybe it depends on what time zone Gotham's in.
Yeah.
It's New York.
Is it?
Not Chicago, it's New York.
What's Metropolis?
New York?
LA.
DC.
LA in the 40s when it was great.
Yeah, casual Friday Superman would come from LA.
You guys crack me up. Like I said, I did find it funny though that it's New Year's Eve. So, but that first page is just Joker's face smiling at you.
And I just love. Okay, so now Joker has pilot skills and enough pilot skills to take it through Gotham City.
Joker is a man of many skills from a misspent youth. Okay.
Man, he's got hidden talents.
Either that or you watch too much Charlie Brown. He thinks he's the Red Baron.
I mean, how
He's
else
like
do you
done
think he got
to the done.
Harley? Come on.
What?
How else do you think he got Harley? He had to have more up his sleeve than that smile.
Hey, baby, I know how to fly a plane.
I killed a lot of people.
Hmm?
Still snowing.
Yeah, once it starts snowing in Gotham, it doesn't stop. Because once it stops, that means it's spring.
Oh, so Gotham's in Alaska. Okay.
That we figured it out. That makes sense.
Well,
That way the sun never comes up.
I was gonna say it's definitely not Christmas here this year, man. It was like almost 70 degrees here today.
I know. I was like trying to listen to Christmas music in the car, and I was like, nope, just gonna listen to Heat Miser over and over.
Oh, I wore a sweatshirt and I got hot. I had to take it off.
Shrugs, because this one lives in Florida now.
I was gonna say that's every day for you.
Yeah, I was sweating in my Batman outfit all day. I was like, this is too hot. You know what's a really cool panel in this issue? It's the one where it's just like Batman busting into the Joker in the cockpit of the plane. It's just it's the 1 page, huh?
Page 8. Yep.
Yep. Like it's just really cool. It just reminds me it's like Batman Top Gun. Greetings.
Oh, page 8 and 9. It's a 2-page spread. At least in mine.
You know, I'm reading it digitally, so it's just 1 page for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one I've always wanted to buy, and every time I've had it in my hand, I always end up getting something else, or be like one of those, like, oh, I'll get it later. And then they had it on sale digitally for $4 on Kindle, and I was like, yeah, not passing that up.
To do it.
All right, let me read the rest of Jack's email because there's a controversial thought or two in here. Hey, all right, for New Year's, he says, I've taken flack for this before, but the Joker isn't my favorite Batman villain.
That's cool.
That being said, him trying to rationalize the Batman crashing a plane into a crowd of people in hopes that one of them may be Holiday was pretty damn funny. Lots of suspense in that panel. Plane going down, Batman's cape getting chopped in the prop. Anyway, lots of fun and story progression in these 2 issues. Lots of fun to come. I'll be waiting on your holiday installments. Thanks, Jack. And then at the end, he has a suggestion. He goes, also a suggestion, with the newest Frank Miller Batman story coming out, you should think about reviewing the previous volumes. You know, Batman Returns and, The Dark Knight Returns and, The Dark Knight Strikes Again.
I could be down with that.
I was thinking if we did that, maybe we do it, around the time, Batman v Superman comes out.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That's a good suggestion.
Although
I'm cool with that. Whatever you.
I was going to say, you should both come here, because you were talking about maybe coming here for Batman v Superman, Tyler.
Yep, I am. I just got to wait till...
What day is that? The 26th? March 26th?
Yeah, that's Friday. It's like the 25th or 26th. Yeah.
So
weekend
I just
before
got
my birthday. Yeah.
The only thing I'm looking at right now is I think it's the start of March, our schedules change at work. It's when the new shifts. So I'm just waiting to see when the bids come out, because I'll know by the end of January what my March schedule is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of waiting for that to see so I can plan it out. But one thing I think is really interesting about this issue is I love the moment where, you have Maroni and Falcone talking, and he mentions about, blood just on the one side. And they're talking about Alberto, and then it's like in the middle of the issue is when Holiday strikes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it's not, because I was reading this issue, I was like, man, that seemed really short, but it keeps going.
Yes, but isn't it interesting that Alberto's, isn't he the first one where you don't see the body? The body supposedly falls in the water.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I like the way it's set up. If you pay attention, you have Harvey Dent leaving his office.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go through Batman and Joker, then the boat, then the death, and then Harvey enters his house with the line, Harvey, or Harv, your hair is all wet.
Yep.
From his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the imagery, just the way it's drawn with the Dents and the Gordons, just by the fire, the lighting, the shows. I'm trying to have a nice New Year's Eve, and Dent seems very frustrated that Jim's there. And then he's like, "We need to talk about Bruce Wayne."
And then Barbara's talking about Jim's niece.
Jimbo was talking about Bruce Wayne. Gosh, that's so bad continuity.
I know. I was like, and Little James. Let's not forget Little.
I just loved it. I just prefer to think that Barbara or James / Jim Gordon married Barbara, and they decided to have a boy and a girl named them after themselves, Jim Jr. and Barbara.
So nice.
But the New Year's thing would have been cool. Like I love that they kind of crash into the clock for that New Year's imagery. Almost would have been cool if we would have saw more of the crowd of people gathered and partying on the streets of Gotham, like a Times Square kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But everything's from that aerial view up top of just Batman fighting Joker. But I do love that last panel. It might be my favorite panel of just Batman standing there with the snow with no cape, with Joker knocked out.
Yeah.
Because he got chopped up in the propeller, yeah.
Because he doesn't even know there's been a holiday killing yet.
Nope.
He's been fighting Joker the whole time.
I just remember reading this and they land on the clock and I was like, oh, is that going to be Oracle's clock?
Oh, that'd be cool. but it can't be because Babs is, Jim's niece who's not there yet.
I know, but I'm like, that's where she's going to be. Not yet though.
So, I like the New Year's one. I think the biggest, in this story, in this particular issue, I think that honestly, Batman probably is the least interesting, non-needed part of it. I mean, him fighting Joker is fun and cool, but I think the meat of the story comes from the panels of Alberto getting killed in the boat, and then Jim and Gordon, or Harvey and Jim.
And Harvey finding the supposed connection between Falcone and Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
that's the story, and it just feels like the Batman stuff's just the extra stuff going on in the back. He has no involvement with. He's just trying to take out Joker before he kills somebody else.
See, this is what a good Bat story is, though, sometimes. Where the villains can actually carry it. Because I've noticed that in the New 52, that the Batman villains just kind of, they try to, as in the case with Mr. Bloom right now with the super heavy arc, it's just not doing it for me. But, these were back in the day where the villains could literally carry the story, and you barely noticed that Batman was just kind of the superfluous fluff or the icing on the cake.
Well, yeah, I think that's the whole problem with the New 52 these days, that most of the villains are two-dimensional, and, in the case of the good villains, Batmans and even the Flashes, they shouldn't be two-dimensional.
Hey, technically we're not in the New 52 anymore. We're in the DCU.
Post-convergence era, that's what I'm calling it.
Well, in Superman, I thought the idea of Lois outing Superman was awesome, so I realized she did it because somebody else was going to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh.
Can't beat you for that scoop. I'm Lois Lane.
And then I just kind of lost all the interest in that. And then I was like, okay. And then the whole villain that he's been fighting, I'm just like, this is kind of getting lame.
Tedious, yeah.
The Flash, though, the way they've brought in Thawne has been pretty cool. So, but we digress into other stuff.
But Tyler, have you heard any updates since we did Thanksgiving about the Batman Clue?
Oh yeah,
Wait, did Charlie explain that?
Yeah, I got a very fun email from Hasbro. Basically, that thank you for your idea, but we can't look at it because it talks about copyrighted material.
Yeah, but then I was just in the store today. I saw Big Bang Theory Clue. So what's up with that?
And I told
Warner
you,
Brothers as well. So
and I said, with the Clue, if you look at Big Bang Theory or The Office Clue, nobody dies. It's in the Big Bang Theories, you're trying to solve who stole Sheldon something. It's the same game, but it's not about someone dying. So with the Batman Clue, you don't have to have someone murdered.
No, you could figure out the clues, and once whoever figures it out first locks up, whoever, Joker, whoever in Arkham.
Exactly. It's the same premise that, it's a villain in an area you're trying to solve, maybe who kidnapped Alfred, or who kidnapped Commissioner Gordon, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, it was the Joker at Arkham, using laughing gas.
That's really a strange, response. Because...
Oh, it was. I'll pull the email and I'll forward it to you guys because I sent them a nice one back. Like,
well, yeah, well, you sent it to me. You sent it to me when you first got it, and like I said to you, I said I bet you a lot of those big companies probably do that now, just because they don't want anyone to like run the risk of like suing them and saying you stole my idea. Or
yeah, but it'd be cool if it was like, hey, do you have an idea for a game or something we should do? You know, submit your idea this way.
Like
and
Lego does.
And yeah, and like you know, when you submit it, like you basically put something that says, "This is my idea. I'm submitting." You know, basically like it's like signing a legal thing that basically say you can't go after them. But whatever. I mean,
we should make our own clue. Then that's what we'll do.
Oh, I will. I thought about it before. Like it would be so cool just to like set up my own clue game. I had plans for it. I drew up. I just haven't had time to bust out all the things that I need to make it.
Well, thought I heard before that you could like make like your own custom Monopoly game or something like that. And I was like, oh, we need some like Southgate Media Monopoly, but I think you have to order like a certain
instead of the money bags, it's Rob.
Do not pass go. Do not get your podcast
uploaded
this week.
The chance card. Skype has been a problem this week. You are delayed.
Nobody downloaded your show. It's been canceled. You've been replaced on your own show because nobody can stand you. Dang it!
The $10 for the beauty prizes. Hey, you got a good iTunes review.
Or no, here's one that's even better. Everybody loves your podcast, but the show that you podcast about's been canceled.
But instead of all the properties, you collect all the shows. Like
God knows we have 80 plus.
Well, yeah, and instead of like the different colors, you can get like all the Phil podcasts, all the Lilith podcasts. Oh, look! What's the most expensive one? Oh, look, Primatech files.
I like it. I think it's a solid idea.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna make that happen.
I think you can. Like I said, I don't know where you have to go, but I think you can. But you just have to order a certain amount of games. So I wonder how you have to order.
You got sued for copyright infringement on your show. Go to jail. No! You're onto something here. But it seems like every time I turn around, there's somebody doing Monopoly. Like, what was it I saw the other day? I was like,
Kevin Smith has.
Oh my God, Jay and
Silent Bob Monopoly. Yeah,
that's. Oh my God, come on, like.
Really, I have to order that one.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like, but yeah, I've heard. I've listened to a couple of his podcasts, and yeah, there was commercials for a while for Jay and Silent Bob Monopoly.
It seems like
just for the cock knocker piece alone, you got.
It was Supernatural now has their own Monopoly.
Well, that's about damn time. As a fan.
I'll say they had the Clue one last year, and now they have their own Monopoly.
Don't they have some kind of superhero monopoly? Like, I don't know if it's Marvel or DC, maybe both. But
there's every way possible of what do you call it? Star Wars. There's Star Wars, and there's Episode 1 Monopoly.
Oh, just wait! They're gonna be, by the time 2016 rolls around, I'm sure there'll be 50 more versions.
My gosh, we're like getting so off topic, but I have a headache just thinking about with all these Star Wars movies. All the Star Wars movies, how they're like, okay, so we have these movies that take place after Episode 6. Now this movie takes place before Episode 4, but after Episode 3. And this one takes place before... I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's going to get so confusing.
Well, I'll break it down to you in one simple thing.
Yay! The Ka-Ching made an appearance tonight!
Bam! Money, money, money!
Oh, my favorite new character, Vernon Wells, by the way.
Oh, yeah, the one who gives Harvey the information.
Yeah.
He reminds me,
I like
reminds
the way
me of somebody else. Who is it? Maybe it's
Arnold Wesker from the animated series?
Maybe, or even Clock King from animated series.
Let me go back to his appearance. Hold on. Yeah, I can see the Clock King, but he reminds me of like a young Wesker. That's who I thought of. But I can see the Clock King. Then both you get Clock King from the animated series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but it's not It's not Arnold Wesker. He can say his B's. He said Bruce Wayne, not Bruce Wayne.
Doesn't have his hand up a puppet.
Ouch.
Still not the worst way to spend your Saturday.
Nope. And then on the boat, we got all the gangsters on the boat, and we get Lilith's favorite character, Carla.
Oh,
I do like
Carmine's sister.
She's a pushy little broad.
You know what? On a side note, that'd kind of be a cool character to appear on Gotham. Like, if we wanted to pull back, and bring back in some more of the crime families, like her coming back and trying to take back Carmine's empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they'll just go, with all the Batman villains while Bruce is still a child. But, that's a different story.
But I just think it's so ironic when Falcone's thinking, he surrounded himself with a nest of vipers, and if it weren't for Alberta, there'd be no one I can trust.
Yeah, and then the next, blood in the water.
Another great panel.
But yeah, it's like Happy New Year, Alberto.
Mm-hmm. They could have tied all these
dead in the water.
They could have tied all these storylines together. Like Joker could have crashed the plane into the boat.
That would have been too much.
Or next to it into the water.
But yeah, Happy New Year, you filthy animal.
Oh yeah, favorite panel.
Like I said, I think mine's Batman without the just the colorization and everything. Just him standing there at the clock with no cape. It just looks cool because it's not an image you see often. The not caped Batman.
Well, I think it has to be, for me, it has to be the one you mentioned before. Well, in mine, it's that two-page spread with Batman hanging upside down in Joker's face in the cockpit of the plane.
Yeah, I do like that one a lot too. So I think it's kind of a toss-up between those two.
It's
Mine
just so
is a really small one. It's where they're saying, here's to the New Year, Gilda. May all your wishes come true. It's like, I hope so, Barbara. I really hope so.
I know, but just reading that whole part, I'm just yeah, and then another year or two, you two just basically disappear.
Well,
sometimes that's the best thing that can happen to a character in a Batman's style.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So yeah, this was a good issue. Definitely can't wait till the next holiday.
Which won't be till Valentine's Day now, so we have over basically a month and from New Year's a month and a half.
I know, it's so weird.
Well, because these two take place, issue 3 is the end of December, and then this one was the first day of January, so they're only a week apart.
We just need to come back and make our own special where we just speculate what happened during Hanukkah.
The Hanukkah thing, yeah.
Yep. During Hanukkah. Is there any Jewish supervillains?
Did Lex Luthor used to be?
I don't know. It sounds like I feel like there was, or you said there was somewhat.
I know there's some Jewish superheroes, but they're I know some on the Marvel side. I think Ben Grimm and Kitty Pryde are Jewish.
I know Ben Grimm is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think with the political correctness era, though, we might not have any Jewish supervillains.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down and write my Batman Hanukkah.
all the rogues are going on a crime spree, and it's 8 Crazy Nights.
Oh God!
There you go.
Oh yeah, Adam Sandler. There you go. Write a song, Tyler.
I got the idea here. I'm working it here. Batman has to leave for Hanukkah to go investigate something, and like you said, he's in Central City and taking on the rogues because the Flash isn't around. And each night's a different rogue. Or no, I got it better. I have it better. For Hanukkah, Batman takes on Firefly because he's lighting this town up each night.
Gotham as a menorah.
The Menorah Chronicles.
I liked it better with a different villain every night. I was gonna say, all right, Harvey Dent on night 2.
I think this is one of my favorite covers, though, for sure, out of all the issues.
Issue 4, yeah.
Let's see the cover. Let me go back here.
With the wine glasses.
Yeah, it's because it's subtle.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're toasty. Yeah, I do like that.
Although issue 3 is pretty subtle too, because it's basically just a white. Well, they're kind of opposites because the issue 3 is the all white, and it's just Joker sitting on the the Santa chair with the presents and stuff.
It would have been. I think it would have been cooler if it was the Joker sitting there dressed as Santa with a kid on his lap.
Giving him a bomb, you say? That sounds like something that happened in The Flash.
And instead, it's oh yeah, by
The trickster.
Close enough. Mark Hamill.
Hey, we'll talk about that
Animated
later.
Joker.
We'll talk about that
Oh,
later
yeah.
because I was thinking about that, dwelling on some stuff about that. So we'll talk about that later.
But I do want to say that in the Christmas issue, that has to be like in my top 5 favorite opening pages out of this whole series as well too. With Joker just reading the paper, just sitting there with the presents and all that. That was a great way.
And he tied that family up with Christmas lights.
And then just leaves them, walks out. I'm like, at least they made it through. So
He just like robbed somebody's house of Christmas presents. I'm like, how much could he really gotten there?
it wasn't.
It's for the pure rush of it.
Yeah,
Okay?
I was say,
it wasn't
it's
a monetary gain.
yeah. It's not for. He don't care about what the gifts are. He just wants to rob people of their stuff and their joy.
Oh yeah, well, like Lilith made the the analogy with the Grinch and stuff.
Yeah, J is for Grinch.
Tim still got it though. I just have to say, shout out to him. He's still. I love his artwork.
I love it because it's unique. Like
He does still have it, but this is like from 96, 97, so
it's a unique artwork. That's what I like about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to close this thing out?
I think so. Any last thoughts, anyone?
Who
Can't
is
wait till
holiday?
Valentine's Day.
Oh no, it's
That's right.
the Valentine.
Come back in February. Get your loved one. Come back in February and listen to the Valentine's episode with us.
Who's getting me a bloody heart?
Cholesterol. But if you want to share any of your thoughts or questions or anything else about Batman: The Long Halloween or anything Batman or anything DC Comics, you could
or you know what? Just anything. Period. Like just talk to us.
anything superhero. But yeah, you could email us worldsfinestpod@gmail.com. On Twitter, we're at worldsfinestpod, and we're on Facebook too. So please give us a like.
Like us, we need it. We feel low self-esteem.
Yeah,
Like, comment, and share.
Review us on iTunes.
Yes, like, rate. In the words of like Lilith and Kelly, yes, rate and review. Downloads matter.
Just a friendly hint in case people don't know how podcasts work. That's all it is.
We want you to like us, please.
That's right. And let's see, I have 50 podcasts. So the easiest way to get a hold of me is nightwingpdp@gmail.com, and on Twitter I'm at nightwingpdp. And Lilith, you're 50 places also, so how can people find you?
Well, basically, you guys should just get at me at either Lilith Hellfire on Twitter or LilithHellfire.com. That's my website. I do reviews, and it'll be picking up in the new year because TV is dead right now. All we've got is one more episode of Supergirl at this point when we're recording it.
It's true.
Hold me.
Are we all live tweeting Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. If nothing else, we have conversations with each other.
Yeah.
And get people involved. Like, hey, talk to us.
And if anyone wants to talk to you, Tyler Patrick, where can they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me by sending pigeons with smoke signals. You can find me at JTY Patrick on Twitter. You can hear me on Before the Bat, Flash Arrow Power Hour, Krypton Report, all podcasts on Southgate. You can also hear me if you just, listen to the still moments of night. That sound in the back of the voice. It's me screaming.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, see you guys.
The stockings are hung with care. We said Merry Christmas, but Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever holiday you celebrate, and Happy New Year. Festivus for the rest of us.
All right, peace.
So,
Happy Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day.
Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2016 for Valentine's Day. Good night.